Have you ever watched an anime series or flipped through a manga and thought, I wish I could draw like that? The expressive eyes, dynamic action scenes, and unforgettable characters can feel almost magical. But behind every stunning panel is a set of principles anyone can learn. Welcome to HowExpert Tip of the Day, where we bring you real-world tips from our how-to guides on all topics from A to Z. If you want to learn even more in-depth strategies, examples, and techniques on this topic, check out HowExpert Guide to Drawing Anime and Manga, available at Amazon, Audible, Barnes & Noble, Google, Kobo, Apple, Spotify, and all major bookstores as an ebook, paperback, hardback, and audiobook. At its core, Drawing Anime and Manga is about stylized storytelling through art. While the style may look exaggerated compared to realism, it's built on foundational drawing skills, intentional design choices, and emotional expression. Today, we'll break down what makes anime and manga art unique, how it works, and what you need to understand to start creating compelling characters and scenes of your own. The first key idea is that style sits on top of fundamentals. Many beginners jump straight into big eyes and spiky hair without understanding proportion, perspective, or anatomy. But even highly stylized characters rely on balanced structure underneath. For example, the head may be simplified, but it still follows basic guidelines for symmetry and placement. When artists understand the human form, they can bend or exaggerate it convincingly. The takeaway is simple. Master the basics, and your style will look intentional instead of accidental. Second, facial expression drives emotional impact. One reason anime and manga resonate so strongly is the emphasis on expressive faces. Large eyes aren't just aesthetic, they amplify emotion. Subtle changes in eyebrow angle, mouth shape, and pupil size can transform a character from joyful to devastated in a single frame. Imagine a quiet confession scene in a manga panel. A slight blush and downward gaze can communicate vulnerability without a single word. The quick insight: emotion is the heart of anime art. Another defining feature is dynamic movement. Action scenes in anime and manga feel energetic because artists use strong poses, motion lines, and dramatic angles. Instead of drawing a character standing stiffly, they twist the torso, shift weight onto one leg, or exaggerate arm movement to create a sense of momentum. Even in still images, the illusion of motion keeps viewers engaged. The lesson here is that energy comes from posing with purpose. Hair and clothing also play a crucial role in design. In anime and manga, hair often reflects personality. Wild spikes for energetic characters, sleek straight styles for calm or mysterious types. Clothing can indicate era, profession, or emotional tone. Flowing coats and skirts add motion to action scenes, while school uniforms or fantasy armor establish setting instantly. A memorable tip: every visual element should tell part of the character's story. Another important concept is panel composition and storytelling. Manga isn't just about drawing characters, it's about guiding the reader's eye across the page. Panel size, spacing, and perspective influence pacing and mood. A large splash panel might highlight a dramatic reveal, while smaller panels can create tension or rapid dialogue. Understanding how layout affects emotion turns drawings into narrative experiences. The takeaway: art and storytelling work together. Shading and line work further define style. Clean, confident lines give clarity, while varied line thickness adds depth. In manga, black and white shading techniques like cross-hatching or screen tones create mood and contrast. Even simple shadows under the chin or hair can make a character pop from the page. The insight here is that thoughtful detail elevates simple sketches into polished illustrations. Practice and reference are the final essential pieces. Many aspiring artists compare themselves to professionals without realizing the years of repetition behind that skill. Studying favorite anime scenes, observing real-life anatomy, and sketching daily build muscle memory and confidence. Improvement comes from consistent effort, not instant perfection. The quick takeaway: progress is built one sketch at a time. To bring these ideas together, imagine a beginner artist creating their first character. They start with simple guidelines for the head and body, refine facial features to match a chosen emotion, design hair that reflects personality, and pose the character in a dynamic stance. They add shading for depth and place the figure within a thoughtfully arranged panel. What began as a rough sketch becomes a character with presence and story. When you step back, drawing anime and manga is about combining structure, expression, movement, and narrative into a cohesive visual language. It's not just copying a style, it's understanding why the style works and how each choice supports the story being told. When you learn the principles behind the art, you stop imitating characters and start creating your own. For even more tips, techniques, and practical examples on this topic, check out HowExpert Guide to Drawing Anime and Manga, available at Amazon, Audible, Barnes & Noble, Google, Kobo, Apple, Spotify, and all major bookstores as an ebook, paperback, hardback, and audiobook. HowExpert publishes how-to guides on all topics from A to Z. Visit howexpert.com to learn more.